Welcome to Sassy Southern. I had posted a recipe about a fresh orange apple cake the other day, and I just wanted to show y'all how very, very easy it is to make. And everybody I take this cake to says, oh my gosh, it is the best apple cake. And so I thought I would just show y'all literally how easy it is to make. You can whip it up in 15 minutes, and it makes a great gift to take to people through the holidays, and it'll be cute in a little Christmas sack, and drop it off to them. They will love you forever. And anyway, I went ahead and did a few things to where I wouldn't have to take up much of your time. I know it's getting close to shopping and cooking for the holidays, but I did go ahead and use the little apple cutter that Wendy got me a few years ago, and I've chopped up about 3 cups of apples already, and this bowl has 3 cups of flour, a heaping teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice, a heaping teaspoon of cinnamon, a teaspoon of baking soda, a little bit of salt, and this bowl right here has 2 cups of sugar, 1 stick of melted butter unsalted, a cup of oil, a teaspoon of vanilla, and I've got the 3 eggs beaten in here. So all I'm going to do is add all of these ingredients together now. And you don't even have to use a mixer. You just stir it up by hand. It's so easy. And I used I always forget the name. What are these apples called? The green ones. Granny Smith, is that right? Granny Smith apples. I've tried the Gala, I've tried a couple other brands, and it seems like the Granny Smith works really, really well because of the sweetness of the cake and the little bit of, that apple isn't real sweet, so it has a great combination of flavor. So that's mixed in, so all I'm going to do is add the flour mixture, stir it up, and I have to say I did forget the salt. Put a little bit of salt in. I like a little more seasoning than the recipe actually called for. It called for just a teaspoon of cinnamon and a teaspoon of the pumpkin pie spice. I do major heaping teaspoon, probably almost like 2 teaspoons, but I just love the flavor of all the spice in it. It goes so beautifully with the apple. So, very, very quick and easy, and
looks good.
Randy just got back from his post-op from his cataract surgery, and so he goes for the next one in January. And both of his eyes will be great. He reminds me that he can see every wrinkle now on me, so I've told him that I'm going to be dressing in the dark from now on. Okay, and then just to be sure that that's 2.5 cups of apples. This probably is a little more. I think I peeled and diced 4 apples, but I think it's only going to take about really 3. So we'll see. When y'all watch this, comment back to me about what some of the favorite things. That's 2 cups right there. So I'll just throw in a little bit more. No, actually, I'm going to just throw them all in. That's right.
Good thing.
And I'm not putting pecans in it. If it's just for us or people that I really know real well that don't have a problem with nuts, I do add about a cup of finely chopped nuts. But because I'm giving these all as gifts, I'm not going to put nuts in it. And I did take some, when was it, Sunday? We dropped some cakes off, and I didn't have nuts in those either. And like I said, some of the people that, a couple of them have already written back saying, literally that was the, okay. I have to rewash this one. Y'all notice I've learned I don't bend over and let him see my rear end and put it on the video, because he always does that. So I'm learning to turn around and do it the other way.
You think I'm crazy, don't you?
I think you're crazy. No, I think it's going to be easier to pour.
Crazy about you, though.
You're crazy about me? Thank you, honey. We listened to a preacher last night from Chino Hills, California, and he was talking about the first 22 months of marriage and everything about the other person is always adorable. They can snore, they can do anything, and the spouse always thinks it's just precious. Then after that first 22 months, I told Randy, I remember when we first married, and I was going, oh my gosh, I get to sleep with him every night now. And 25 years later, I'm going, can you sleep in the other bedroom now because your snoring's keeping me up every night? It does change, doesn't it, honey?
Oh, you're cruel. You're cruel.
We still have batter left, so because I dropped that one, I'm going to have to go clean another pan. And but it will make probably 6 of these small little mini loaves, or it'll probably make, if you use that bigger aluminum disposable foil loaf pan, if you're going to make those, I know that makes about 4 of those, 3 to 4 of them, depending on how much batter you put in each one. So we'll come back when you take these out of the oven and let you see what they look like done. But trust me on this one. This is a great recipe. You saw how easy it is. It's really quick to make. And anyway, chocolatecastles.com has the recipe, and the blog, or excuse me, the YouTube channel is Sassy Southern. Talk to y'all in a little while when the cakes come out. Okay, I've got the 4 little mini pans that are out of the oven. I cooked them for about 22 minutes, I believe, and just check them with a knife in the center. And I did forget to tell y'all a while ago that with the oil and the butter, melted butter and egg and vanilla mixture, I added a half a cup of orange juice. I didn't forget it then, but I did forget to tell y'all that it was in there. And so when they come out of the oven, I just take a little bit of the orange juice and I put some on the top, just to kind of put a little orange glaze on there. I had a little bit of batter left over, so I made Mr. Frosty one where he can have a snack with coffee this afternoon. And then the frosting glaze that I'm going to put on here when they get cool is I melt a stick of butter and I add a cup of light brown sugar to the stick of butter in a saucepan. I melt the butter with the brown sugar until the brown sugar is dissolved. Then I pour that over the, I think it's 3.5 cups of powdered sugar. Randy's making so much fun of me. I wish I could see him. And anyway, so I pour the melted butter and brown sugar over the powdered sugar and beat it until it's smooth. Then if it does need a little bit of thinning, I can either, sometimes I use orange juice to thin it, or I sometimes add whipping cream or milk to thin it. And then I just kind of pour it over it. But this is the frosting I had left over from the ones I made on Sunday. So I'm just going to nuke it and for a few minutes until it's pourable, and I'll come back and show y'all in a minute what it looks like after I've done that.
Yeah.
All right, I just put the frosting in the microwave, and it always hardens just quite a bit actually. This is almost like having a praline along with the apple cake. It's pretty much the same recipe as some of the pralines I make. It's delicious, and so this is also on the blog. It's just the praline frosting. These apple cakes, if you want to make a whole bunch of them ahead of time for gifts and put them in the freezer, they do freeze absolutely beautifully. And then when you take them out, you can let them get to room temperature and then frost them. And that's it. That's so easy. So thank y'all for watching. I feel like I've been putting so many on the last few days, but I know y'all are doing a lot of holiday baking, and I think you would be very, very happy. Do what?
I see you.
Y'all will be very happy with this recipe, and others will really enjoy it if you give it as a gift. I guess you could have it for breakfast too, couldn't you, honey? Just apple cake without the frosting.
Yeah.
It'd be the same thing as like an apple muffin.
It's apple donuts.
Okay. Also, I have to tell y'all, I did these. Oh, there's Randy's little snack cake. I almost forgot you didn't, honey. He asked me the other day if I wanted him to go back to work at the office. I went, no, I don't want you to go back to work at the office, because who would film my little videos? I wouldn't have anybody. So you can't do that.
Shh, the boss will be listening.
There's also the larger loaf pan cake in the oven. It's almost done, so it cooked for about 30 minutes. But anyway, so it made 4 of the mini loaf pans and a large. I'm not gonna do that because it's so squeaky. a large loaf pan. So anyway, thank y'all for watching. Hope you enjoy the apple cake, and we will see you next video. Have a wonderful day. Bye. I wanted y'all to see what the cute little cakes look like after they're put in the little Christmas bags. And also these stickers. I have about a roll. I believe there's 500 on the roll, and I got them from Amazon. It just says homemade with love, and then I put what it is and then put it on the sticker on the little bag and then deliver them. And I wanted to show y'all that, how easy it is and what cute gifts they make.